going on, guys? Another edition of It's It. We're going to this in the network. Right. Let's talk about what is going on in Barrow County, another tragedy where we have another man that has taken the lives of a lot of young people. His life has been affected as well. We give you updates of what goes so far. Let's hear some of the audio or some of that were actually doing what they experienced. And over there, man, chime in thoughts on this podcast. This is part of my collection. Again, people like to subscribe, support. I always get everybody to support. That being said, all right, guys. I hope that everyone has had a good uh past week. My wife said week. I had got tongue tied. Um, Before we get this, I want to give my condolences to the four lives that was lost yesterday in Barrow County. There are four victims, two children and two adults, and my heart goes out to them. The following victims is Masson Shermanhorn and Christian Angulo, who were both 14. Math teachers Richard Aspinwall, who was 39, and Christina Ermy, and I think she was in her 50s. And we have nine others that injured. I don't know their names, but I do know that there are two adults and seven children. Oh man, this is a crazy past 24 hours. A lot to dig into. But first, we're going to try to go with everything that has started from beginning to end. We're going to go with what has happened at the school. And then we will also go in with what has also happened with the actual uh, people that are involved with this young man that made this deadly decision. Um, so to get on to this, we're going to talk about Barrow County because a lot of people don't know where Barrow County is. So we're going to go and jump into Barrow County and then break down how this all started. So Barrow County, Georgia is near the northern part of Atlanta. It's actually included in the Atlanta Sandy Springs Roswell metropolitan area. Now, the population is roughly about 92,792 people. A lot of people move over here because it is a nice area, low crime. Uh, it's a type of area where it's a lot of good suburbs, very good schools. You know, a community where you can raise your children out of the fast bustle city of Atlanta, of the inner city of Atlanta. All right. Now, this town got its name from a professor named David Crenshaw Barrow Jr. He was a mathematics and engineering professor who became a chancellor, serving in that position of the college from 1906 to 1925. Now, he died in 1929 and was buried in Athens. Now, we're going to talk about the high school that is involved, which is Apalachee High School. So give me 1 second here. Let me pull that up. Now, it is located in Winder, Georgia. Its mascot is the Wildcats. It is a part of the Barrow County School Title I district. Now, it feeders schools. It includes Heyman, Morris Middle School, and Westside Middle School. Now, if you've never heard of Winder, Georgia is one of the city seats of Barrow County. Okay. It has about 1,900 students that goes in this school. So that's a lot of students that goes in this school. They're from 9th grade through 12th. It is a mix of white, Hispanic, and black children. Has a very small percentage of Asian students that attend. Now, this is a half of these kids that goes to this school do not have a lot of money. Okay, let's get that. Let's get that straight. This is from a lower income bracket. I wouldn't say low income wise, but just lower income. You know, like they can afford to live in the inner city if they want to, but they rather live out here in Barrow County because the opportunity is a little bit better for their children to be raised in. So we got that part situated. We're going to talk about the gentleman, the young man that is involved in this tragedy that caused the chaos yesterday morning. Now, we're going to talk about 14-year-old Colt Gray. Now, this is what I'm going to try to give y'all everything I know about Colt Gray. Give me 1 second because this is off the fly of my notes. All right, that's another one. So this is what we know about this young man, Colton Gray. Now, Colton Gray is 14 years of age. His father is Colin Gray, which he has been arrested this evening for 4 counts of manslaughter, and we will get to that part in a minute. We're going to talk about Colton's Gray mother. Give me 1 second. What her name is. Okay, now his mother's name is Marcy Gray. Now, Marcy Gray is 43 years of age. Now, what we know about Marcy is that his mother is not mother of the year. Okay, so she's not one of those moms that's going to get the whole soccer mom approach in this episode. because she is been a criminal all her life. Sad but true. It is alleged that she has a bad drug problem, very bad drug problem, and it dates back for 17 years. So, yeah, that's a lot to deal with. Now, they said that she alleged told everyone that his father, Colin Gray, was very abusive. Now, there are some things about his mother that we are recently finding out that the life that she's on. Let's see here. I'm trying to find out. Uh, okay, so anyway, this I want to highlight the background this kid coming from with his mother. So I want to get these facts right. Like I said before, her name is Marcy Gray. There is allegedly she once duct taped on well, it ain't alleged, it's record. It's public record that once she duct taped her mother to a chair and left her for dead for 24 hours. Then she threatened to kill herself, her husband, and her son. She has also stole from friends and family to raise money for drugs. Now, this is all from Paul Brown, alleged, who is supposed to be her sister. Marcy Gray was arrested last year on charges including sale or possession of drugs and vehicle theft. These drugs was methamphetamine. In a social media post, Marcy Gray described herself as a victim of almost constant domestic abuse, who temporarily left her husband with the children in 2022, but then moved back in with him, claiming that he had been a victim of child abuse. Now, this is something that she wrote on Facebook in November of 2022. I made a commitment to the Lord and my husband. No one but me understands the pain that my husband lives with every day. Every single person in his life has hurt or betrayed him. I truly believe that the Lord sent me to him because no one else was strong enough to stay by his side through thick and thin. Now, she wrote this on Facebook in November of 2022. Now, as this goes on, everyone that says that this kid, besides that tidbit of information, has always been quiet. Okay, never really stood out. Just was the type of kid that people would joke that would be a supposed school shooter. Now, last year he was on the FBI radar, Colt Gray, for some alleged stuff that he put on social media about actually shooting up a school. But they went, I guess, investigated him. He said it was not him. Um, Give me 1 second. Let me make sure I'm good. Hold on. All right, I'm back, guys. Sorry, just making sure y'all can still hear me. I'm just doing some minor adjustments. Now, getting back to what I was saying, uh, Colt Gray uh, was under investigation by the FBI last year. He said he didn't write these posts, so they said they couldn't find anything. So we're gonna go with what happened. So allegedly, what the report said was that yesterday, Colt Gray allegedly left his classroom, I guess, to act like he had to go to the restroom. Now, there is a thing that for security and safety reasons at the school, that when you leave the classroom, it automatically locks. Okay, so someone on the inside have to unlock the door for you to get in. They started doing that actually when I was in high school, so that's been a safety measure, I think, now for a long time. So he returns back to the classroom. A young lady was going to let him in, but she noticed that he had a rifle in his hand. So she did not let him in, and I'm quite sure she alerted the teachers of what was going on. So before the teachers could get the word out that this is an armed shooter walking into the hallway, he went to the next classroom. And as soon as he went to the next classroom and they let open the door, that's when the shooting spree began. Now, being a junior at the school, Colt Gray immediately surrendered when confronted by law enforcement following the violent rampage at the Apalachee High School, Apalachee High School on Wednesday, which again was yesterday. And now he will be charged with murder and tried as an adult. Now, the Georgia Department of Juvenile Justice confirmed Thursday that the suspect was taken into custody at the Gainesville Regional Youth Detention Center. That's what Channel 2 Action News also reported. Now, it has since emerged, like I said, he was on the FBI list. Now, again, give me one moment. All right, I'm back. Sorry about those. So anyway, while he is being at this Gainesville Regional Youth Detention Center, we're gonna talk about other things that they have been investigating and finding out about this young man and his history with his family. Now, he has an aunt named Annie Pahalamus Brown, and I'm thinking this is the sister. I'm quite sure this is the sister of his mother. Okay, his mother's sister. Look like she's an older sister. Now, she was talking about he dealt with his issues and saying that She gonna take care of her nephew and what he needs on this side. Talking about people need to check yourself before you speak about a child that never asked to deal with the bullshit he saw on a daily basis. She said in post, which now has been deleted. Which I'm quite sure someone probably told her that's not looking good for his case, and she needs to stop it. Here's my thing. Okay, I understand that children go through all kinds of trauma. There's children out here that are getting abused. There's children out here every day that parents are not treating them the right way. But you do not have the right to go and take innocent lives because you feel like you are not getting treated properly. Now you're playing God. Now, he was able to get this gun into the school, which they're trying to check that out. Now, I understand that, you know, she's upset as an aunt. You know, she wants to be there for her nephew. But at the same time, everybody got to understand that this is not the same Colt that y'all might have taught or tried to encourage. This Colt has been evolving for a long time and asking for help. And it starts from the head down. Apparently, it's been called into question that the father at first was interrogated and asked how did the son was able to get access to AR-15. He said, "Oh well, my hunting weapons, I always have them locked up." But then he admitted, "Oh yeah, I got him an AR-15 for Christmas. I want to say for Christmas, guys." Okay, I I want people to understand something here, and I'm not trying to be a I'm really not trying to be a dickhead, but please make it make sense to me. What made you think that that was a good idea to buy your child a freaking gun that is under the age of 18? What made you think that was a good idea when you already know that this young man has made threats to hurt someone in the past to do this by starting a mass shooting? I'm trying to make it make sense to me how this was a good idea. I mean, that's what I'm trying to figure out. What made you think that this was a good idea? Well, I'm gonna go ahead on here and buy my son a gun. I know that he's not supposed to have a gun, but who cares? I'm just trying to make my son's dreams come true. That is ridiculous. That's like someone tell you that your roommate is a serial killer that uses a machete to off his victims, and you turn around and say, "Oh nah, he ain't that type of guy," and buy him a machete to for his birthday. Here, bro, here's a machete. You think what he's gonna do with it? He's already been linked to talking about hurting people with that machete. He's gonna go through with it. Now, I'm so glad that they arrested Colin Gray, his 54 stupid year old ass. They got him charged with 2 counts of murder, 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, and 8 counts of cruelty to children. Let me get an applause for that. In fact, you know what? We gotta get another one. We gotta get another set of applause for that, for doing that job. He deserved every bit of time they give him, because who in the world gives a child with mental health issues / questionable criminal behavior a AR-15 for Christmas? And the FBI came to your house to investigate your child in front of you. Boy, I tell you, you definitely is father of the year. You are the dumbest piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. I'm just gonna be honest. You're not a father. No real father gonna do that. And you know what? I'm glad they hold these parents accountable, because you know your child got issues. You should be trying to lock up guns and not encourage this type of behavior. If they say, "Oh, I want to be," no, you not. Hell nah. I'm not buying you nothing. Now, everybody said that this family was very quiet, kept to themselves. Neighbors said they really didn't talk to nobody. Now, in Georgia, second degree murder means that a person has caused the death of another person while committing second degree cruelty to children, regardless of intent. Now, it is punishable for 10 to 30 years in prison, while malice murder and felony murder carry a minimum sentence of life. Involuntary manslaughter means that someone unintentionally caused the death of another person. It is the latest example of prosecutors holding parents responsible for their children's actions in school shootings. You guys, I think this is a good thing. Y'all remember what happened to the Michigan parents, Jennifer and James Crumley. Now, Jennifer Crumley was cheating on her husband, having an affair. She wasn't giving a damn about what that little boy was doing. She was too busy getting her back blown out by one of the firefighters, I allegedly, which it wasn't alleged because he admitted to the affair that, yeah, and she admitted to it too. I don't know if her and her husband are going to get a divorce while they incarcerated. I don't know. But I do know this. They both got to do at least 10 years in prison, because they did not secure the firearms in the home appropriately out of their son's reach. And that's going to start happening to a lot of these parents. A lot of these parents that's got these weapons be telling their kids, "Yo, let's be on some demon time. You know, I got this chopper, I got that." Listen, you better start educating your kids not to be playing with these guns and using them as a form of retaliation because they mad with somebody. Because guess what's going to happen? It's going to come back on you. And they're not going to hear the story of "I tried" or I did everything I could. No. They're going to go with, "Hey, you had it. It was in your name. You purchased it. Your possession. You let him get it. He went on a rampage. You are now being charged as an accessory after the fact, or just like this guy is facing now, second degree murder or manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter, 10 to 30-year sentence. And they may get really aggressive and give him 14 years consecutive to 14 years services. I mean 10. I mean, excuse me, 14-year sentences that he has to serve consecutively. Now, if you don't know what consecutively means, it means you do one set of 10 years, then you got to go into the other set of 10 years, and then before you know it, you're doing 40 years in prison for those 4 accounts. He could do them just like that. Either way, it's tragic. It's very tragic. Now, a lot of people want to say that this situation here is a gun problem. But I beg to differ. What is causing these kids to pick up these guns and do mass shootings, I feel like it begins at home. This is a home problem. A lot of these parents are not talking with their children. They're talking at their children. They're ignoring their children. They're pushing their children out of their hair. And what your child is formulating is, you don't care, why should I? That's why we have to take precautions when it comes to our kids. If you get an FBI agent visiting you that Junior is trying to blow up the world, then you need to take heed. Even if the FBI tell you, oh, we didn't find no evidence, you still take heed. You don't be like, all right, that's great. Hey, here you go, son. Here's a pipe bomb to play with. I mean, come on. It's crazy. Now, they show an ex picture, and I don't know how real it is or not, that Colt Gray had liberal beliefs. Because, they always like to say that these mass shooters are Trump deranged followers. But it always turns out to be the opposite side. And a lot of them don't even have to be all that extra to get in. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, it's crazy, it's crazy. Shout out to the staff of Apalachee High School shooting staff. These are people that mustered up the courage to get past the anxiety attacks, the extra nerves, and focus on getting these children to safety. We need more heroes like that. I think it's a beautiful thing when you can I think it's a beautiful thing when you can save a life and do it with confidence. These teachers did not panic. They kept their cool. They followed the escape plan, and they got those children safe. So, y'all see your bus driver, go up to them, hug them, say thank you. Because what they do is a dangerous job. And I'm being serious. A lot of people say, oh, no, man, ain't no teacher, ain't no dangerous job, man. All I got to do is just teaching. They might get something thrown at them while they working. Yes, it is a dangerous job. Because right now, we living in a generation where kids are doing adult things. We just seen a 14-year-old with an AR-15, shoot dead 4 people and injured 9. These kids do not have no chill. This is not back in the day where grandma and grandpa day was parents. They could jump on these kids' ass and they straighten up and that's that. But yeah, man, it's getting crazy out here. Getting real crazy. Um, there's probably going to be a lot of further investigations on this whole thing. Now, this father, like I said, he's fucked. They may give him a plea deal where he can maybe only do 30, but even that's a stretch. Mm, 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 mm. Lord, I had a yawn for a minute. Now, please believe there's going to be some lawsuits. I know that they did the best they can to save everybody and get everybody safely, but I'm just letting everyone know that usually with a big case like this, there's going to be some lawsuits. But anyway, that's all I got for you on this story so far. Again, y'all, please pray for the families involved because they're going to need prayer. Pray for the victim's family. Again, the following names of these victims is Mashon Sherman Harron. His family needs prayer. Christian Angulo. His parents need prayer. Richard Aspinwall. His children and wife needs prayer. And Christina Erman. She also needs prayer too. Cause little did they know their last night on earth was gonna be with a and it's just sad. It really is. But again, rest in peace to the family. Please like, share, subscribe, support. Take care of yourself and each other. I'm out.